Here's the truth behind this long-awaited Xbox update. What is up, y'all? I am Ray, and this is my channel, Xbox Ready, where we get on and we talk about Xbox stuff. The latest news, rumors, games, accessories, pretty much anything I want to talk about as long as it's about Xbox in some way. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about a couple long-awaited updates coming to the Xbox PC app and to our Xbox consoles, how one of them signifies a broader struggle going on at Xbox, and some really cool things I learned from my time at the Game Awards. So last week, Microsoft rolled out an update to the Xbox app on PC, and were able to make hundreds of PC games that previously weren't available finally playable through their app. Regarding the update, the general manager of content creation at Xbox had this to say. Earlier this summer, we began working with partners to bring all PC games with Xbox features into the Xbox app. We're super excited to see what Xbox games come to Windows PC from game creators in the future, and to welcome nearly 400 titles that previously weren't discoverable or purchasable in the Xbox app. According to The Verge, part of the 400 game dump are games from Japanese studios like Kemco and Kairosoft, and games like The Invincible by Double 11, and also 100 of these new titles also are Xbox Play Anywhere, meaning it's a 2-for-1 deal. You buy one copy and you'll be able to play it on either your Xbox or your PC. It's one of my favorite things about Xbox. This is part of a bigger effort on Xbox's part to make the Xbox app on PC something that PC players would actually want to use, and especially when you're searching for a game in the Microsoft Store on the Xbox app, there have been plenty of times when I've typed in word for word what a game is, and they're like, no, never heard of it before. I'm like, really? The game just came out. But okay, I acknowledge that they're putting in the work, they're trying to do better, and well, they better do that because, well, they explicitly said they want to try to grow their presence on PC. They want to make every screen an Xbox, and a lot of those screens belong to PC players. And they've made some pretty decent improvements to the app, especially over the past year. They introduced a new compact mode for the Windows game bar that can be used on handhelds. You can also use it on a desktop as well. They also technically have a compact mode for the Xbox PC app if you're using something like the ROG Ally. And it's decent, but sometimes it's a little hard to navigate, at least in my experience. I'd still say it's not as good or intuitive as Big Picture mode on Steam. They had an entire UI overhaul on the homepage for the Xbox app, breaking down things into different genres, like here's what your friends are playing, here's what's hot right now, here's what you might like based on what you've played previously. Also, kind of like Steam, earlier this year they also introduced a feature that would allow you to customize your installation. They improved the search bar, and in the Game Pass tab, they split it up into really helpful categories if you're an Ultimate member. They have different sections for Xbox Game Studios games, EA Play games, and also Riot games now. But is all of that enough to make Xbox the go-to de facto way to play your PC games? Will these updates make Xbox the home of PC gaming? And just from what I'm observing right now in the current industry, I don't think it's quite enough. You see, despite all of Xbox's advantages, being bankrolled by Microsoft, one of the most valuable companies in the world, all of the studios and publishers they have under their belt, all of the existing infrastructure they have in the cloud gaming space and with Windows as an operating system, for some reason, despite all of that, it seems like they're still trying to play catch up to Steam. I'll take it a step further. Maybe they're a little bit afraid of them, because over the past couple of years, Steam has quietly just been doing exactly what Xbox wants, but better. Every time Matt Booty, Phil Spencer, Sarah Bond, they do an interview, they say, oh, the growth is in PC and mobile. The growth is not in console anymore. Well, Steam is already dominant on PC. It really is baffling, especially when you look at the handheld situation right now, because Windows, given its history, should be just the default way that people want to play games on a PC handheld. But more and more, we're seeing stuff like this. A company like Lenovo making a handheld that operates via SteamOS. We already know that Valve was working to bring SteamOS to the ROG Ally, and they have new branding guidelines for anyone else who wants to slap powered by SteamOS on their hardware. So it ain't just gonna stop at the ROG Ally, it's not gonna stop at the Lenovo Legion Go. Just like on desktop, there seem to be a growing amount of people that would prefer to use the SteamOS versus Windows or anything Xbox puts on their app. In an eerie way, Steam is kind of copying Xbox with this whole everything is an Xbox Xbox thing. Sure, the Steam Deck is the de facto way to play games via SteamOS, but they're slowly creeping into other hardware, onto other screens. Of course, this is not a one-to-one competition. Valve is more known for its game distribution versus its game publishing, but the games that they've developed and published, they're nothing to sneeze at. So maybe Xbox should be taking them more seriously. There's been all of this talk about Xbox versus PlayStation. That's how it's been for generations, but now Xbox has to compete with Valve. They have to duke it out with their operating system. They have to duke it out in the handheld space now that Xbox is making one, and also as a developer and publisher. And oh wait, we might have to throw another battle that Xbox has with Valve because it looks like they're going to be making a home console as well. Over on Twitter, Brad Lynch posted what he thinks is the first signs of a new SteamOS console. He dismissed rhetoric saying that, oh, it was just a dock, and said all references to Fremont and short checks for a full-size HDMI Type-A port you'd see on a TV-focused console and other desktop computers that don't have a dedicated GPU with its own HDMI ports. And I gotta say, that is Xbox cannot catch a break. We know that Xbox is dedicated to making hardware. We don't know how long, but we know at least for next generation, we're gonna have new Xbox consoles. And although the last time that Valve tried to do this with the Steam machine, it didn't go too well, it would just be absolutely brutal if Steam released their own console, considering that every Xbox game is out on Steam. Xbox still has a number of advantages though, and a lot of it depends on how they leverage the IP and the studios that they've amassed over the past couple of years. I would also say that cloud gaming integration right in the Xbox app is really cool too. Basically, if you're like me, you play most of your games, you spend most of your time on your Xbox console, it would make more sense for you to use the Xbox app on PC versus Steam because your entire library is already tied up in Xbox. If you're a Game Pass Ultimate subscriber, you can use cloud gaming, you can access PC Game Pass all through the app. So if you're entrenched in the ecosystem, the Xbox PC app is a no-brainer. But that's not who Xbox wants though. They already have me. They want to grow beyond that. They want the hardcore PC gamers. And in all honesty, it's going to take a lot more than these updates that we've seen from them over the past year in order to convert those people over. But not only is the Xbox experience on PC getting an upgrade, no, we're also getting updates on our Xbox console once again. So last month on the channel, we talked about Xbox finally giving us the ability to stream games that we actually own. Not just games that are in the Game Pass Ultimate library, no, games like Cyberpunk, games like Space Marines 2, The Witcher 3, and about 47 other games. It's a limited library so far, but I can only imagine that they're going to expand it in the future. But so far, that feature is limited to TVs, phones, pretty much anywhere you can access a browser. Notably missing is consoles. You can't do this on your consoles, not yet, because just the other day, Xbox Insider started testing a feature that will let you stream games that you own through the cloud on your Xbox Series or Xbox One consoles. I think this is a really cool update that makes cloud gaming just feel a little bit more complete, a little bit more legit. It's a little weird that it's not on consoles when you can do it on a PC. I guess it just shows the current priority list for Xbox right now. But the ability to use Xbox Cloud Gaming at all on consoles lagged a little bit behind. It came out like a couple of years after the beta launch for cloud gaming, so I guess it makes sense. It's one of my favorite ways to save storage on my Xbox. It basically brought game demos back. Specifically on Game Pass, if I see a game, I'm like, I want to try it, but I don't know if I want to dedicate that much storage to it. I'll use cloud gaming to check it out, and if I really like it, I'll download it. But when you can stream your own games, you can be like, oh, I haven't played this game in a while. I don't want to re-download it. I just want to jump in for a sec on it. You can play it through the cloud, save your storage. And for anyone still playing on your Xbox One, it instantly transforms your Xbox into a next-gen machine. If you are at the intersection of someone who has an Xbox One and Game Pass Ultimate, you can use cloud gaming to stream games that you can only play on a next-gen Xbox, like, I don't know, Starfield, Forza Motorsport, pretty much any game after 2023. Next up, let's talk a little bit about the Game Awards. I know it's a little late. It's been a few days since the Game Awards, and I'm sure you have a lot of opinions about it, considering Astrobot took home Game of the Year and plenty of other awards. But a lot of Xbox projects took home awards as well, like Hellblade 2. As far as the reveals and the trailers go, we didn't see as much stuff as we saw last year when they revealed Blade and the Xbox version of Baldur's Gate 3. For some reason, the This Is an Xbox trailer made an appearance. I've talked about that trailer so much, so I'm just gonna let them do their thing. But I wanted to take a sec to talk about my own personal highlights of the night. First of all, that Witcher 4 trailer almost put me in the hospital. If you've been following my channel for a while, you know that I'm a big fan of the Witcher series. I've played all of the games, I've read the books, I have Geralt's silver and steel swords literally up on my wall, I play Gwent on my phone. Overall, I'm just a big fan of that universe. And no matter how you feel about the Game Awards as a show or an institution, it's awesome being in this spot where so many cool people in this industry just converge and talk to each other. And even if you don't know someone, if they work in development or if they work at a studio or at a publisher, they'll wear shirts with the game that they're currently working on or their studio so other people can know who they are. So when I was at the JW Marriott after the show and I saw 4 dudes walk by in bombers that had the CD Projekt Red logo and the Witcher 4 logo on the back, I was like, I gotta talk to these guys, and they're super cool. I did some of my best games journalism that I've ever done. Of course, I congratulated them on the trailer, we made some small talk, but I was able to confirm some details about the game, and I didn't even have like an official interview. First of all, I was able to confirm that The Witcher 4 takes place just a couple of years after the ending of Witcher 3. It's not like some huge time jump or gap. They also mentioned that all of the abilities that we see in this trailer are things that you'll eventually be able to use in the game. So when Ciri whips out that silver chain, I confirmed that it is indeed a silver chain, and she imbues Igni into it, that's something that we're actually going to be able to do. I also confirmed with them and multiple other people that it's probably going to be a while until we see this game released. Technically, they said it's still in pre-production, but everything that was shown to us in the trailer is in engine. I think at the beginning of the trailer, they said it was captured on an unnamed NVIDIA GPU. And while it's clearly a cinematic, it's not going to be a one-to-one for gameplay. A lot of it seemed like, okay, no, that is achievable in terms of graphics and performance, even on today's consoles. We also got a trailer for The Outer Worlds 2 and a release window. It's coming out in 2025. I was like, whoa, okay, that's cool. I love Obsidian. I love their work, even on games like Pentiment. I liked the first Outer Worlds, and having another day one addition to Game Pass Ultimate in 2025, that's awesome. I mean, we already have games like Fable, Avowed, Doom the Dark Ages, and so many others already confirmed for Game Pass. I feel like 2025 is going to be a great year to be an Ultimate subscriber. Elden Ring Night Rain, I was like, at first I was super excited. I was like, whoa, what is this? And then the more I learned about it, the more I'm like, okay, this sounds fun, this sounds cool and all. But the more I learned about it, the more had the hype died down a little bit, for me personally. I thought the trailer for Mafia: The Old Country was really awesome. And overall, I just got to talk to so many cool people, developers, writers. Amanda Overton, who writes shows like Arcane and Severance, sat down with me and my friend, was just like, hey, is this seat taken? Can I chill with you guys? And she was so cool, I got to geek out over Arcane. She was like, yeah, I just bought an Xbox. And I was like, oh, I just happened to run an Xbox YouTube channel. She subscribed to Xbox Ready, so on the off chance that you're watching this, Amanda, you are a certified G. I got to talk to some people at Treyarch. Shout out to Catherine, who worked on the Black Ops 6 campaign. Overall, it was a really awesome experience, and I wouldn't be there in the first place if you guys didn't sit down and listen to me rant and ramble about Xbox. With 2024 coming to an end, I'm feeling really sentimental and really grateful that I found an audience on YouTube and I'm able to do what I do as a content creator. None of that would be possible without your help, so thank you so much. If you're still with me, you're watching the end of this video, thanks for watching. If you watch my stuff and you're not subscribed, well, I would really appreciate it if you subscribed. Help me get to 200,000 subs. That's my goal right now. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.